Hello, everyone. It's Margaret Martin here with your Mindful Monday. Welcome. It's getting closer and closer to election time, so there's all of that going on. I will say that for the first time ever, I have voted by mail, turned in my official ballot this morning. We'll check on it later this week to see when it arrived and when it has been counted. In Pinellas County here in Florida, that's the way our mail-in ballots are done. So I'm excited about that, and I'm not telling anybody who I'm voting for at this point because this is not what Mindful Monday is about. What Mindful Monday is about this month is domestic violence awareness. And we've been covering each Monday some new aspects, not really new, but different aspects of domestic violence, or also known as interpersonal violence. So this week we are going to focus on financial abuse. You probably never thought about that as a possibility of financial, someone being abused financially. Well, some weird things can go on with people in the fact that um, the abuser, oftentimes the spouse or person that the victim is living with, or is will control all of the finances, all the money. They even if the victim has a job themselves, they demand that the money be turned over to them, and maybe even put into a checking account that only they have access to. Um, so there's that. Sometimes it can show up in the fact that the the control of um, where they work, how long they work, and sometimes have even created situations so that the victim got fired. There's that. Um, Not allowing them to have a credit card, not allowing them, giving them only a certain amount of money each week or each month and or each day. It's really pretty interesting how, the situation is. Abusers are about power and control. Whatever they can do to control their victim is what they are doing. Many, and for some, it is totally about the money. And so for sometimes it's people not paying their court-ordered child support or other types of support that they are supposed to pay. Sometimes it can be when going through a divorce. All of a sudden, the money you had access to and contributed to is now only his money, and you have to fight tooth and nail to get in, based on the laws in your state, what is rightfully yours that you've contributed to. I wanted to tell you a couple of other things that popped up as I was doing more research on it. And again, I've been going to the National Coalition Against Domestic Violence website and to get some of this information. And that's you can find it as well at ncadv.org. So here are a few statistics. Between 94 and 99% domestic violence survivors have experienced economic abuse. Between 21 and 60% of victims of intimate partner violence lose their jobs due to reasons stemming from the abuse. A survey by the Corporate Alliance to End Partner Violence found that of respondents who were victims or survivors, 64% reported their abuse impacted their ability to work. 40% reported their abuser harassed them at work, via phone or in person. Victims of intimate violence, intimate partner violence, lose a total of 8 million days of paid work each year. That's the equivalent of 32,000 jobs. Between 2005 and 2006, 130,000 stalking victims were asked to leave their jobs as a result of their victimization. Why does this matter? They may not be able to leave their abusive partner. They may be forced, because of the economic situation, they may be forced to return to their partner, because they may even be coerced to sign documents, uh, refinancing a home, or taking out a new loan of some variety, making them sign. And you say, well, that wouldn't happen to me. Well, you're not in that situation, so every situation is different. So just be aware that if you are in that situation, there is help out there. In our particular area, I'm in Tampa Bay, so we have the Haven of RCS, we have CASA in St. Petersburg, we have the Spring in Tampa, and throughout the Tampa Bay area, there are resources of outreach and safe havens for you to get some help, to create a plan so that you know how to to do this, and get some help and get out of your situation. Um, a couple of other things about the financial abuse. Sometimes it happens when it may not look like financial abuse, but if your abuser has come in and destroyed all of your clothes or personal property, and especially your clothes, and if you have to work, that's definitely a part of financial abuse. Um, it's other things like that. So that's called, in a sense, coerced debt. Forcing the victim to give the abuser all the ATM cards or any and all of the money. Deciding whether the victim can use cash, a bank account, or even a credit card. So there are all types of different kinds of abuse here in the financial abuse area. So make sure that you're aware, because someone is going through this. Someone is experiencing some type of financial abuse from an abuser. Maybe it's a former husband. Maybe it's a former wife. Maybe it's um, the live-in intimate partner. Who knows? There's just a lot of it out there. So keep your eye out for what may be going on, and be able to be of help, and offer suggestions. And you may not, they may never talk about it, but you might be able to observe it in some way. So keep your chin up. Let's make it a great week, and I'll see you next week as we have one more Mindful Monday. So take good care, and look forward to seeing you next week. Bye now.